I was entitled to go to Sarajevo via exchange program of Beraberce Association. In this project, for which we worked on memory sites, I worked for the Museum of Tunnel of Hope, which is asserted to have saved Sarajevo from the aggression of Serbian government. I have nearly become friends with the workers of the museum, and then I have noticed that they don't just work in the museum. Furthermore, they have a real bond with the museum. People tried to survive with the lack of such needs as electricity, heat, food between 1992 and 1995. The tunnel was digged by the decision of the citizens in Sarajevo. Through the tunnel, people's needs were met, people could survive, and the war was said to end. People who passed through the tunnel when they were children and worked for the tunnel under the aggression is currently working for the revival of the tunnel's memory, as well as those whose fathers used it since they were soldiers at that time.
My name is Edis Kolar. I'm a member of the family that practically made the Tunnel Museum here in 1996 in our family house. And now I'm a museum guide here and honorary curator. I'm working here. Practically, my connection with this tunnel is very strong, you know, and I'm the only person practically who working here since 1994. I was a member of Bosnian Army and a member of the unit which was security for the tunnel. And after the war, me and my father decided to preserve something from this place and to make it some kind of memory for everyone. Why we actually? Because at that time no one else was interested to say this place war was over, and people started doing their jobs, you know, and no one was interested for things from the war. We run this museum 17 years alone, and 5 years ago this became a public place actually, and it's now the owner is government of Canton Sarajevo, and I'm still here also with them.
When I was a child in the war, I heard a lot about the Tunnel of Hope because my father went through the tunnel to other areas of Bosnia and Herzegovina to fight as a soldier. And I remember every time he went back home after a month or two being on this front line somewhere else, not in Sarajevo, he would come back with some gifts for me. And I remember one time he got me this deodorant, you know, and it was like my first girly thing that I got. I was 8 years old, and it was like some special girly thing that I got, and it was so important for me that I held it, like that box, maybe 5 or 6 years after the war. I kept it. I forgot about the war, the tunnel and things like that, and then when I started working here, I had the opportunity to go through this part of the tunnel that we have now open, and that was the time when all the things that happened in the war just became alive again. And I started remembering things, and I started remembering the siege and everything, and now I really treasure every day I spend here, and I do my best to tell, especially the children, because all my projects are connected with education of children, to tell them the story about Sarajevo, about the siege, about everything that happened, and especially about the importance of this place for the survival of all those people and for the existence of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Hello, my name is Sabina, and I was 11 when war started in Bosnia, and I had that privilege to pass through the tunnel. And I, like in 1993 or 4th, I think. So my mother and I, we went through the tunnel and went to little city, Zenica, industrial city nearby Sarajevo. Now you need maybe 1 hour to get there, but then in war you need maybe like 5 to 6 hours to get to Zenica. Like this, and like, in this position. So we went to Zenica in 6 hours, and when we get there, it was like incredible almost, because Zenica has lights and electricity, and markets were like crowded, and we get like everything that we need, and we came back to siege Sarajevo. We didn't escape from Sarajevo. So that's my experience with the tunnel. And this tunnel really saved one city, and this tunnel really meant for people of Sarajevo.